Hey boys and girls, all right, I am back to show you some more about your supplies. All right, at open house, you should have received a book box just like this. This was put inside of a big brown paper bag. So once you have taken this out of your brown paper bag, if the bag rips, that's okay. This is the piece that I want you to keep, okay? So this is a shoe box, all right? Sorry, not a shoebox. It's a book bin. All right. I will be calling this your book bin or your book box. All right. So inside your book box, it starts like this. If I pull this out, this brown or manila envelope is for your parents. Okay. This is primarily for your parents. Parents, there is important information from Whitehead, letters from the principal. Boys and girls, you've even got the koala matrix. That's in here. There are some little coupons and goodies as well as the code of conduct, and then a little bit of some information for schedules for lunch meals, class dojo information, quality assembly information. So boys and girls, make sure your parents get these. Parents, take some time. There's a lot of information in here. Just slow down and go through each and every one. I don't expect you to read it all in one night, but if you do, that's fabulous. But please, please, please make sure you read everything. All right. Also in here is your binder. This book box is going to be a great place to put your binder in. Okay. So there's also your binder. Okay. Then you've also got a bag of art supplies from Miss Jones. Please make sure all the supplies that are in here, do not mix it up with the supplies that I give you in your bin with the lid. Okay, try not to get these mixed up with the supplies from your house. Okay, anything that is in this baggie for art supplies is for Miss Jones when you go to specials with Miss Jones. Okay, only Miss Jones in this bag. All right, you're also going to have this board. Boys and girls, in first grade, you may have seen Rec and Recs. In second grade, we will also use a Rec and Rec. You have your own right here that was made for you. So this is going to help us with counting. There are 50 beads on here, and then I will show you a lesson with how we used to count these. And we count these using the say 10 way. So for example, I can count one bead at a time. So that would now be 110. Then I can continue and say, well, I have 110 and then 1. 110, 2, okay? So these slide across, all right? Just know it is duct tape on the back. If the duct tape ever comes off, you can always just tape it up with something else that you guys have at home, okay? All right, now you've also got some workbooks. There are 4 workbooks here that are extremely important for you. So there are 3 math workbooks, all right? So the first one, it says practice up at the top. I've written your special numbers and I put your names on there. So this is Eureka Math Grade Practice Fluency book. This is for modules 1 through 5. I'll explain those later. Do not lose these. Be very careful. That's why I gave you a book bin. Anything that I give you in the book bin, always keep it in the book bin. All right. Pay attention to the side. There is a yellow bar here. That means it is your practice book. Practice book. You've also got another book that looks just like the practice book. It's Eureka. They have different things on the covers. This one is your Learn book. This is the one that you will use probably during the lessons with me. On the side, it's a blue spine, and it also says Learn. And then the last Eureka Math book, this one is Succeed, okay? This used to be our homework books, okay? So these are those extra worksheets and extra practice that go along with each lesson that I will be teaching you, okay? Sorry if my eyes keep looking down. I keep looking at the screen instead of the camera. I gotta practice looking at the camera. So on the spine here, it is brown. That will be your Succeed book. So when you put all 3 of these books together, on the side, you can tell which one I need just by reading on the black labels up here and down here, okay? So we've got Practice, Learn, and Succeed. And then your last book, boys and girls, this you should recognize. This is for Really Great Reading, our phonics lessons. We will still be using Really Great Reading. There is an online resource for the letter tiles that you'll need. This is the workbook that we'll be using to practice reading sentences, writing sentences, spelling, and all those other activities. It does have your name on it in the rocket and your special number. the difference with first grade. So if you do have a first grader at home, parents, please be careful because their workbook looks a lot like our workbook. The only difference is the names, of course. And then up here in the corner, it says GIA or G1A, Book 1. Now here's the difference. In first grade, they have the letters P, S, W something. In second grade, we have E, L, S, W. So that's how you know it's a second grade book. But none of that should be a problem because when I put my materials together, here's all my practice books. You can put them in sideways like I gave them to you, or you can put them in directly like this if you want to. I recommend putting it this way, but if you put it sideways, make sure you go ahead and put everything else back in here so that it pushes everything in and it stays that way. Okay. And one more thing, some of you may have an extra folder in your book bin, and it's this blue one. Okay, so this blue one, you'll know who you are. If you are in Spectrum, you will have an extra blue folder in here that has specific Spectrum information and maybe some activities and lessons that you will be doing with our Spectrum teacher, and her name is Dr. Sales. All right, so this is your bin. Again, not every one of you will have the blue folder, but every one of you should have what I just showed you in here. All right, so another way to keep organized, you'll want this. You'll want to take this with you when you are in class with me. Just have it kind of off to the side, just like I do right there. And so anytime I ask you for materials, maybe you'll have your bin with the lid over here, and then you can have your book box over here. So you'll have everything you need in one spot. All right, I hope that helps. Again, if you ever forget what needs to go into your book box, you can always watch this video again and get yourself all organized. All right, go koalas.